a major or a project someday. Just wait. And I'm like, fuck. Those are big shoes to fill, but I'll try.
Oh, is this
they're big shoes, but like you've shown the ability. Like you now have to execute. Like you've shown the ability, and there's no going back now. Damn. You're pinging Marisa.
Marisa, please give me a chance, yo. Give me a chance.
I was worried that you were queuing into 40% flash kick.
Oh no,
I'm not sure this is that much better.
This is not better.
For being honest.
No, I didn't say that it was gonna be better.
This is totally casual for me. It's okay if I get 0-2.
No, it's cool. No, we're having a conversation here.
Fuck every ball.
Right.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, so during part of some of that, you were talking about, trying to make sure that your player experience is good, and obviously Bunch responded to that as well. Like, is there something that you think is important to have, or is it just that you need to have an answer to the question of, like, what do players do when they're not competing?
I think it's... Hold on, I gotta let that question soak in. Can you repeat that again, please?
You speak to wanting to make sure that the player experience, even for like casual spectators or something like that who aren't competing, is good. Do you think there's a specific angle that you think we should be leaning into, or do you think it's just important that there is an answer?
Having an answer is very different from having the solution that people will be happy with. Because everybody is different. Every single player, they all have their likes and their dislikes, right? It only makes sense to... You can't really make everybody happy, it is just kind of the way shit is. However, you can try your best to at least make the experience memorable in the good way, whether that be having open arcades or having interesting food choices, or having community tournaments that people will be interested in, or casual things like open casual nights, karaoke even, that's a really big thing. There's always something good to be gained out of having multiple different things just for everyone to enjoy. Whether that solves the entire thing, you can't satisfy all players. I've definitely met my fair share of players that are never going to be happy with anything in their lives. However, that's okay. That's not for them.
You've described a fighting game player, all right? Yeah, and I mean, there's people that all they want to do is show up, play their games, and then leave.
And that's totally fine.
So it's about having amenities. It's about looking at it as bigger than a tournament and looking at it as an event. Mm-hmm. Do you think there are, like, generic event planning skills that you think we should be developing?
I think when it comes down to event planning, one of the most important things, it's got to be organization. If you're not an organized person, your event's not going to be organized, and that's what people do not like to see. One of the other big things is also structure. Structure is a very, very big thing. You gotta have a proper schedule. You can't really fuck around and be like, well, I guess we'll start at this time. No, that's not how that shit works. I'm neurotic as hell when it comes down to timing, being on time, and planning and structure. I grew up dancing. I've been performing since I was very, very young. If you're on time, you're late. If you're 5 minutes early, 10 minutes early, you're on time. Anything else, just don't show up. Now, one of the other big things I would also say is communication. Communicating with your sponsors, your brands, your partnerships, your own players, what they are going to be doing, what they're not supposed to do, things like that. Communication is very, very, very important, especially when you're working in production. Event organization, because you also have to communicate if you're a TO. Oh my god. Wait. That's kind of sick. Hey, look at
the
that.
Stunned silence of taking a game? No, that was a good game. No, one of my favorite things about the kickback is when mid-conversation we derail because something sick happened on the screen, and it's like, yo, hold on, we need to let this one marinate for a second.
Damn. What was I saying? I'm sorry.
I mean, I do have another question in response to that. How do you feel about those messages TOs get of, yo, put me in the bracket, I'll be there in 15 minutes?
Hold on, let me finish this match first and then I can pop off. Alright.
I think I did that
Pop
to you.
off, okay.
I think
pop
I
off
think-
as in I've had, oh my god. Alright. Let me finish this one match first, and then I will answer that question as appropriately as I can.
I mean, don't feel like you have to be appropriate.
Oh, definitely not.
Oh, good dash and throw. Okay. Wessdance isn't
I tried
teching.
it. It's okay. So,
Nah, I'm here for it.
So, players, alright. In my time, my very short time TOing, I've had people message me or come up to me directly. Why did you see me like this? Why didn't you wait for me? Hey, I'm like gonna be 20 minutes late, but can you hold the bracket for me? I know you're 5 minutes away and you already have everything seated, but can you just add me into the bracket? Can I just take over my friend's spot because he wants to DQ and just take his tag instead? And I sit there and I look at them and I just give them the same answer every time. Why? Why? When I was at a major,